What feedback do you have for somebody that's going to post a job opening on LinkedIn? Some people, you see them all day. It's just like, hey, we're hiring, apply below. We've talked before about this, that maybe highlighting your culture, if you've got a mentorship program, if you got a
Yep.
flexible schedule. What are your thoughts on some other nuggets to add in there to entice people to take a look?
If I own a practice and I'm looking for a PT, you want to put as much detail in that description as possible so that when a candidate's looking, they can see some of that stuff that may be important to them. If it just says we're hiring, if it's a passive candidate, they're probably like, yeah, maybe, and they may get a bad, taste in their mouth, like, oh, they don't really kind of this. They don't even give any detail. It's a professional site. Put the hours in or the expectations and again, if there's flexibility on hours and a salary range, are there any bonuses? Is there any things you can sell as a practice that maybe that another practice isn't doing that can make your job more attractive? Anything you can put in there is the good thing. The more is better when it comes to a job description, especially if it's accurate. If there's some good, solid nuggets that you can put in there that you think will attract some people to apply, I always recommend including that.
That's awesome.
Because I'll say this too, Tanny, as a recruiter, that's something I ask practice leaders and hiring managers. Hey, what's a few things that I can tell a candidate that's going to sway them to be interested in your job? What are you offering that's different than somebody else? That challenges the people looking to hire because it makes them realize like, hey, if I'm offering less or the same, how am I realistically going to find someone? It challenges them to kind of come to the table and create something that, is it the culture? Is it higher pay? Is it better benefits? Is it more PTO? What can we create to attract talent? Especially when the talent pool is low, you've got to be able to pull people from other places. So how can you do that?
The other thing, I wanted to kind of shift gears just real quick. Honestly, hopefully today, our conversation is adding value to somebody else out in the LinkedIn world. Give to receive. There's a great book here, The Go Giver. It's a great read if you haven't read that already. But PTs, I think they've got tremendous value to add out into this space, whether it's a technique, whether it's a home stretch for a neck, whether it's a video on how to help recruit PTs or something like that. Because when you give value out into the space, you get value. Posting insights about your specialty. If you are in pelvic rehab or if you're in neurovestibular rehab and you work on dizziness or something that's vertigo that's just a little bit different than your traditional orthopedic physicians and nurses and HR and referral coordinators that are on LinkedIn as well. See that and it'll pop up on there. It's networking. It's adding value too, right?
Yeah. Oh, and I'm telling you right now, there may be more correlation to this professional world and the PT world than you think. If I was following someone on LinkedIn and they showed, I sit all day, for my job for the most part. There's someone out there showing some stretches that I can do throughout the day to help, and it pops up on LinkedIn. Really get in the floor and do them. But again, that person's adding value. Yeah, spend time. If you've got a specialty, post some articles, post some videos, like other people's things and keep that going. People are going to appreciate that and they're going to remember you for adding value for them. And when they have something, they're going to think of you in return. And you do a great job, Tanny, of tagging people and other people's posts, that you think's important. You see something, you think someone would like to read it. I see you tag people. It immediately leads them to that post to read or see what's going on. And so the more you do that, that's a great example of what these PTs can do in adding value and building up this platform within is doing the same thing. If they have a colleague or something, tag them in, get them involved and see if they have anything to add to a post or comment and get conversation going. It's awesome. I love that approach.